Groovefest would like to welcome one of the pioneers, godfathers of the Soulful House music scene in the UK, Bobby of Bobby and Steve fame. Welcome.
Nice one.
How you doing?
I'm very good, Bonnie.
Good, good.
Good to be here.
Good. Excited about Groovefest?
Always excited.
Good, good. What is it that appeals to you? You know, Caribbean, sun, sea, sand?
Well, the advantage that I've got, by the way, Steve's not here. I don't know if you noticed, but Steve's not here today, so I'm doing this solo. The advantage that we have and what I have is like we've actually been there.
Been there, yeah.
The boys took us out there to feel and touch the place for a week. Took the wives with us, so we had a bit of a holiday work thing. You know, gave the place a recce. So from the first, as soon as touchdown, we got to the complex. The excitement level just went wow.
You can see it happening there.
It's going to be fantastic. Obviously, we're going to talk about it later on, but Groovefest all the way, man. 2012.
New concept.
Yeah, that's it. No, while we're on that note, let's tell the people a bit more about the resort, what you think of it, the different kind of party locations we got there,
the
facilities.
Yeah, I mean, the resort. So I've been away. I go on holiday a lot, as you know.
As I know, yeah.
And I've never stayed.
I'm to get hold
I've never stayed. I've never stayed. Me and my family go away a lot. I've never stayed in an all-inclusive ever.
Oh, okay.
Ever. So
why is that?
Not because I've shied away from it, just never really done it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Normally hire a villa, do their own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
a bit restrained sometimes in all
yeah, and I like to go out for meals and whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As opposed to you got to do this and do that.
Yeah.
It just like blew us away big time. Everything, the food out there in this complex is just 5-star. The accommodation. Do you know what I mean? The resort itself is just so massive. I mean, where we're going to have the parties, different events per day. It's like you're going to be on one complex, you don't even have to leave there, but because we're going to be moving it about, you feels like, you're not going to keep nothing stale and stagnant, everything's going to be moving from day to day. The beach area at the back, the 5-star beds, you can just sleep there all week long, do you know what I mean? It's just fantastic,
you don't have to party,
man.
you can just chill as well.
No.
So would you say there's something for everyone, you think?
Yeah, definitely, and I'm just glad we had the opportunity to be taken out there to feel it, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to sell it. You know, this isn't just a sales ploy. Do you know what I mean? If you check out the website, you see it for yourself. You know,
so it's got the full Bobby and Steve stamp of approval.
100%, man. Heard it here, people.
100%, definitely.
Cool.
Good stuff.
So let's go back to where it all began for you guys. I mean, we're talking what, late 80s?
Yeah. Well, we're talking early 80s.
Yeah.
We never set out to be DJs or promoters.
Yeah.
We left school in 1980, 16 years old, both working guys. I was working with a gas board, got an apprenticeship. Don't ask me how I fell into that. Do you know what I mean? Being a gas engineer, and Steve was doing sales in all the top clothes shops.
Yeah.
And we're from Forest Gate, East London. There's a bar down there that got a local drinking pub. It was a pub. They got renovated. Simpsons on the Romford Road. We got to know the manager very well. We said to him, look, you need to get a DJ in here. We hadn't DJ'd at all. We got older sisters. You know, we was buying records, like old Shy Lights records, old 70s stuff and whatever. And he knew we was into music, and he said, we was at the bar, and me and Steve said to him, we need to get a DJ in. This was on a Monday. And he said, well, why don't you guys do it? It's me, Steve, and a good old school friend of ours called Michael James. And we looked at each other and just thought,
why not?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because when we was at school, you left school in 1979, there's a film that came out called Thank God It's Friday, which was Donna Summer's debut, a debut appearance as an actress.
Amazing.
And the film was based, if you can remember the film, was based around a club called Club Zoo. Now we went to see that, and we just thought, if ever we get rich and famous, we're going to buy a club and call it Club Zoo. Little school guys.
Yeah, prophecy.
So while we're sitting at the bar, we said, let's do this event.
Okay.
Club Zoo came back a year later, and we said, let's call it Zoo.
So Donna Summers was an inspiration at the time.
So that's where the name Zoo actually came from. And anyway, we had 7 days, not even 7 days, 5 days. Monday, we had Friday night to get it done. Photocopied some flyers. No printers involved. Do you know what I mean? We hired a DJ console, a white DJ console with white speaker boxes. And because we was in the manor, we had a lot of family, we knew a lot of people. We packed the place out. 250 people, and that was it. We didn't plan that to be. So we became DJs and promoters.
You kind of
in
fell
the same
into
night. Yeah, and we were just playing.
The timing, do you think? Did it kind of snowball from there?
Yeah, I mean there was things going on. Like you had Bentley's in East London where the late great Derek Boland used to play. Who passed away. That was on the Friday night, so people would come to our thing first, and then they go Bentley's after. And because we got such a name for ourselves within like 6 months. And then Jazzy B and Trevor Nelson, they came and done a night down here on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then
What,
at our place that we built up. Not
Okay.
for us, they got their own night in there because that was the spot we made it.
A destination.
But they're all
Destination
household
venue.
names now, but then I imagine they were starting out as well.
Yeah, well, back
so-
in the day then, it was all about sound systems. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? In the early 80s, it's like Trevor's from North London,
Yeah.
Hackney, and he was doing like his Manhattan sound system thing. So it was all sound system doing their thing. And Alistair Rabbitat, Norman Javi's Good Times, and Jazzy B obviously with his Soul to Soul. But everyone was just starting to do their thing then. And
Did you feel you were
snowballing
onto
from there.
something at the time? Did you have any idea?
Well,
'Cause-
we knew we wasn't. Like I said, it wasn't like a business move we'd made. We just thought, let's do this, and it was working. It was working. Within 12 months, it snowballed from us just saying, yeah, let's do this, to Trevor Nelson introducing Gordon Mack to us because Kiss FM was illegal pirates
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And then Gordon was recruiting obviously all the big names in the north, south, east, west London.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was doing sound, and he came to check us out. And then we got a spot on Kiss FM when it was legal, like 6 months after they started, 84, 85.
Yeah.
And it just sort of ventured from there. We started doing warehouse parties.
Yeah, tell us. I wanted to touch on that. Tell us about the kind of the warehouse party scene. What that was like.
Well, that was
Original
that was
the
just
original,
fantastic.
yeah,
that
good
was just
point.
fantastic, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Norman J as well. He's played a big part in that for us because this was '84. We started doing Simpsons.
Yeah.
And you're looking at about '85 towards '86. Them days, I mean, you just go to the estate agent, say you want to look at a house
Yeah.
or warehouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Get the keys. You cut the keys.
No
You
way.
get your friend. This is what
Don't
used to
use the
happen.
phone, people.
This will not work now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way now, and I mean, there was a place in Forest Gate.
Well, so
called-
you'd go to an estate agent, ask them to view a property.
yeah.
When they give you the
Them
keys, not for the
days,
weekend.
Yeah.
some of them would just give you the keys.
No way.
Wow.
If whatever, would say this and that. They give you the keys to go and view the place. You cut the keys. We get our friend, a good friend of ours called Dapo. Big shout to you, bro. He'll be at
Dapo.
Brewfest.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Gonna hot him
introduce you
up
to
now.
him. He was our electrician. Go in there, hot wire the place, bang. And what happened was there was a place in Forest Gate called just round the back of Uppercut. And there was this clothes shop, right? And they closed down. They had a big warehouse around the back. Where
Yeah.
the Uppercut was in Forest Gate. It was a big, well-known place.
Yeah.
And we got the keys for this warehouse around the back there. 2-floor warehouse, held about 800 people. And we had that for like 4 months.
No
Wow.
And
way.
people thought we bought that place.
What, and there were no
Carnival
police at
Bank
the
Holiday, we had
weekends,
Norman
nothing.
J, Jazzy B, all them people would come down and play.
We
And
missed
we
our
would
era.
just, and we would, it just all sort of, don't get me wrong, we wasn't bandits, we just wanted to give the people a good
Of
time.
course.
yeah.
Well, that was the thing
You know
back
what I
then,
mean?
wasn't
That's
it?
what
That
do,
was
isn't it,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that party there with Norman J, Jazzy B.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
was-
all that sort of thing was just good because again, then it was exciting times. Music was coming out fresh. There wasn't no.
What was the sound? What was the sound?
Well, the sound
back
when we
then?
started doing in '84, it was all soul. House music hadn't come till late '86, '87. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Still
So
remnants
you
of
were
like
just playing.
ska kind
Yeah,
of.
the go-go music was coming in and that, and it was soul. It was basically
Soul
soul,
music.
with disco. Yeah, with some disco. Set it off and all that was coming in, and it was just good stuff.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah, and even
brilliant-
then,
brilliant
it's
era.
just mad thinking that it's there's a
So was
track-
so what? Norman J and all them guys, they'd be playing soul music, Jazzy B,
yeah, man.
Everyone
even
was
Trevor
on the
Trevor
same
Nelson.
level
Everyone
then,
was on the
like,
same, all
yeah.
the rare groove stuff. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? There was no house until later on,
Because it's funny
basically.
to hear like all these people you speak of, everyone's careers have just gone stratospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think you were all on the same page at the
Yeah.
same time, like back then. Did you have any inkling that you guys were onto something or what the future might
No,
hold?
because it was just.
Did it click at any
Well,
point?
some of the boys obviously,
Yeah.
because we had me and Steve. Like I said, me and Steve had jobs. I was with the gas ball. We was earning money, and all of a sudden, bang, we were involved with this music thing. Not just DJing, but promoting.
Promoting
Yeah.
as well,
Because when we started that night in '84, we hadn't stopped promoting. From that
Okay.
night, we just
Yeah,
went
yeah,
bang,
yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
So when
But
did
we
you
never.
give up the day job then?
We gave up our job in 1990 when Kiss came on legal. When Kiss won the
Okay.
license
Yeah.
to come on legal,
Makes sense.
we thought, do you know
Yeah.
what? I'm still at the gas board for 10 years,
Yeah.
and we thought, do you know what? Because we had 10 years of experience, no, 6 years of experience, 84, of doing the promotion thing. 1988, we ventured into the West End. A club called Monkbridge down Swallow Street, just off Piccadilly. We done a Wednesday night. We called it Club Z. It was the best little club you could think of. Now I think it's a private members strip
Yeah,
bar.
yeah,
so
yeah.
That's like China White's up
yeah,
Swallow
it's
Street, isn't
honestly, it was
So,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
proper. It's on a Wednesday night we'd done this night. It was us, me and Steve got the place. It was me and Steve, Colin Dell, Shulla, who does percussion now for
Yeah, it's effective.
and that's
Shovels.
Yeah, Shovel.
Yeah.
Shovel plays percussion for Jamiroquai's percussionist.
Wow.
He was DJing for us, and Paul Anderson. This was a Wednesday night, our first experience into the West End as promoters, and we was packing it. It was on a Wednesday night. It was just fantastic, 200 people, and then we moved on from there. House music come in '87.
Yeah, I suppose that changed
Well,
everything, didn't it? Really.
Yeah, well, Norman J took us to. Norman J was playing with Judge Jules, Family Function, Shaking Finger Pop, because the music seminar used to be in New York.
I would never put those two together.
Well, that's
Judge
good.
Jules,
Because
Norman J.
well, Jules was more or less like Norman's little protege sort of thing, but Jules had his crowd.
It's hard. He's still got
From
it.
his,
He
had this crowd he'd built up from, I think, from his uni days or whatever. So he had all this West London following. So the combination between him and Jules, Judge Jules and Norman J, was good.
Each other.
Yeah, so Norman was playing out in New York for the music seminar, and he took about 30 of us on his plane.
Wow.
Who?
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't take us. He didn't
No, of course. He didn't say, come on, lads, come and join us.
It was an open invitation.
Of
for
course.
people.
Yeah.
So me, Steve, there was a Femi B, all that, loads of guys from back in the day who were not around now, a lot of the guys.
Okay.
But
I was
that was
going
our
to say,
first.
we're all still mates now. Jules
Yeah, we
still
know. Look, we
but-
see a lot of few people there. We still, you still see a lot of people.
Just picking up on one of the things there is that your while your sound has gone from soul to to house music, unlike a lot of these a lot of these DJs, you've always stayed true to soulful house music. You've been pioneers. You've championed that sound. When the new sound comes in, you're not gone with that.
Subgenres of subgenres.
Yeah, subgenre. You've always stayed kind of true to the music. Tell
The
us
thing
a bit.
about it is, with me and Steve, it's just how we are. I don't think we weren't made just to follow things and do this and do that. We follow our heart. Everything, all our music we've always been into has been good quality stuff. We're not going to jump ship. Like I said in the beginning, we done it just because it happened.
Yeah,
it wasn't a strategic plan. We're going to do this, do that. It just sort of happened because it just felt good and we wanted to do it and it worked.
Yeah.
And we started off doing something we love and we will finish doing something we love.
Of course.
We're not going to sort of people just
Sell
to
out.
jump ship.
Yeah.
Jump ship just to, the temptation is always financial. Not saying we didn't need it, of course we did.
Yeah.
But, it's just we have to be doing something that our heart feels good at and we love doing it.
Yeah.
So that can be shown. I think that's what kept us here for the amount of time we've been here.
Yeah.
Did you notice
Because-
peaks and troughs throughout the years? when
Yeah,
they were
you see
up and
people
like-
go, think, where's he gone? Oh, he's gone over to
But
that
they
side.
always come
It's
back.
like,
They
do
always
you know,
come
yeah,
back.
that's right. Because what we're into, good music, like it's the old cliche thing. Good music will never die, and to us, it will never die. I have to hear good songs. I have to hear chords. I have to hear this and that. Do you know
And
what
what
I mean?
about
It's
your
just-
demographic? Like, have you noticed a change in your crowd? Is it quite consistent? Is it
Oh
young,
yeah, I
old,
mean,
stuff?
it's been a long time
Yeah.
now. How many years it is? 20 odd years now. We've been doing it all. It's surprisingly we still get a lot of the old crowd come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know
but
they're
you
getting
get-
a good night, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the blessing for us was Garage City when we started Garage City back in 1990, 1991.
Yep.
And, then it moved, it was a 250 capacity club.
Yep.
And then it went from that to a 2,000 capacity club.
Oh wow.
It's a big
Down,
jump.
at,
What
down at
club?
the Coliseum.
Oh, what in
Vauxhall.
Vauxhall?
Yeah,
okay.
but it was called a podium then.
The podium, yeah.
It was called a podium back in the day. Then we've gone from that little thing to that massive club who was booking.
So how did you make that jump? What
That's a
happened
big
with?
jump.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
jump from
One
kind of
was,
250.
We was doing it as a co-promotion with Kiss. Kiss coming in 1990. Me and Steve came up with the idea. Let's do Garage City. That was on the back of our trip with Norman J.
In New York.
To New York.
Yeah, to New York. You know what I mean?
Did that open
the
up your
back
eyes
of that.
and ears?
Well, me and Steve have always been big disco queens anyway. Love disco, always have loved
Yeah.
disco. Do you know what I
Who
mean?
doesn't?
And then we get introduced to the house music. It was just an on shot off to us.
Yeah.
Of the old disco thing.
Yeah.
In New York, we was fortunate enough and blessed to go to the Powerhouse Garage 3 months before. Yeah, it shut down.
La, la, la.
And that's when we went to New York. Yeah, so having that
Or more
experience
even.
and hearing Larry Levan at the Paradise Garage, that was our introduction to house music.
So
And again,
Can we just rewind? You heard Larry Van live?
yeah,
heard
man,
that
at the
stuff.
Paradise Garage. And
I'd
we was
give
buzzing.
anything to have
You
been
know
there.
what we was on? We was
Yeah.
buzzing. You know what I mean? There was no alcohol.
Buzzing off music.
Well,
Good
tell us,
music.
Well, I mean, are the stories true? People talk about how debauched and crazy those nights were. I mean, have you ever seen anything like it since? Does it?
No, I mean, your
place
first
in your
experience
mind?
of anything that
Yeah.
you love is sort of, because we didn't go there thinking, oh, we're going to go into house. It's like, yeah, we knew about house, but again, it was just
You went there with an open
the
mind.
door open. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
went there with nothing really.
Yeah,
We went there
yeah.
for Norman.
Yeah.
He was doing a
Was he
weird
playing?
groove
Was he
thing.
playing? Oh, was he playing there?
He was doing it for the music conference. He was
So he
actually,
knew
he
what
was
it
actually
was all about.
DJing there.
And
Yeah,
he-
because Norman
yeah.
had cousins out there. Norman was aware of all that. He was ahead of us. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
With all that.
Yeah, so he was a bit of a mentor figure, was he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, Norman's always been my hero musically,
Yeah.
and just the way he does
interesting.
things.
Okay.
Yeah, big time. Norman J for me, #1.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
End of. Yeah,
I
yeah.
get that.
From
Yeah.
back in the day, if you know everything like what he's
Yeah,
gone from, what he's
yeah.
done, do you know what I mean? Then you can
And
appreciate
there's a
it.
respect level there, massively.
100%, do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
He's played a lot. He's played at a lot of your parties since, right?
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, all them cats used to pay for us all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But having that experience in New York and coming back, starting the Garage City thing, bringing over. I mean, we was the first to bring over on a regular basis, having that bass there.
Louis
You know,
Vega,
podium.
these
Louis
guys.
Vega, Kenny Doe,
Yeah.
Roger Sanchez. You know, we brought 10 City over live on stage there.
Wow.
When they was there with their big hits, Devotion,
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
Way
yeah.
Love Is, and all that. In the
We
city,
don't know we're born, do we,
Nah,
really?
it's-
in
Yeah,
the
tell me
city, you
about
know,
it.
every week we'd have. It was just a lovely collection of people because it was exciting times. Do you know what I mean?
course, yeah.
It was new.
Yeah.
All the acts were doing well. You know, stateside acts as well. We had some UK acts as well. We was bringing them over. You know, along with Kiss, and it was just a good place to be.
But looking back now, I mean, are you quite nostalgic about those times? Do you think there's anything kind of happening around now that even, you know,
Comes close,
yeah. Or is it just literally a golden era? I mean, to hearing you talk about it now, that's how I look at it, you know. We
Yeah,
just-
I think it is a golden era because then it was new and it's fresh and it's exciting. We still have exciting times now.
It's
Yeah.
different.
Do you know what I mean? But it's hard to get 2,000 people, good people,
Good
all into
people,
the same
yeah,
music
sure,
every
sure.
week.
Well,
Now.
the scene
You know what I
becomes
mean?
so
So-
segmented, hasn't it? Because back then,
Yeah.
I suppose it was house music,
Yeah.
and now you've got all these
Fragmented.
kind
Well,
of.
that's right. And
Yeah.
again, you know, it was called Garage City. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
now you say Garage City, people who are listening who are not aware of that, I know you hear them
Garage.
talking about. You think UK garage? It was nothing like that. We're talking soulful house music,
yeah.
like what you know, Louis Vega sound, the Master at Work sound. That's the real garage sound.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
the Paradise garage sound.
But
Yeah.
you talk about garage, I mean, 20 years of a club
Yeah.
night, that is pretty much unheard of. I don't know if there's much to kind of rival
Yeah,
that.
I mean, this year was 20 years. Yeah, I think well, Ministry.
You could have done live for that.
Ministry actually started. They opened
Yeah.
their doors, I think, 6 months after we
1990,
before us.
yeah.
Yeah, 6 months before we started
Wow.
Garage City.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know,
But there wasn't a big Garage City party or anything to
no,
celebrate.
because
20th
we're
year.
just doing it. We had something planned, but the plans didn't come through. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? So we thought, let's leave
Softly,
it.
Shelf it.
softly,
Do you know what I mean? Rather than just throw something together and it's not working. You know what I
But
mean?
likewise with Soul Heaven, which I know you're really closely associated with as well. I mean,
Yeah.
that's got almost the same heritage, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean they've been going for a long time. I mean
Yeah.
now we have. I mean we have. We've disassociated ourselves with Soul Heaven from about I don't know what they're on 10 years now, 11 years. Must be about a good 9 years now. Me and Steve, we haven't had any involvement with Soul Heaven.
Yeah.
But me, Steve, and Ollie started Soul Heaven. It was a fantastic time and everything
Yeah.
else, and then we went our separate ways. But Soul Heaven is still doing well.
Yeah.
You know, still flying the flag.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Still doing their thing. But things change again. Like I said, you can't get 1,000 people every
No,
week.
it's
Good
tough, isn't
people.
it?
But
Yeah.
the generation has changed. But there's still a lot of young people who have.
Appreciate good
Throughout the
music.
years, I say
Yeah.
throughout the last 5 years, people went into trance, people went into this, and they grow up. And as you grow up, you start
look
thinking,
further
okay,
back,
I didn't
I
like
think.
that now, but
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
good music and real music,
Your musical taste
they're
developed.
jumping
I
onto that.
think you look further back in time to see, you know, if you like this, where did that originate from? And
Yeah.
for me, anyway,
Yeah.
I've just gone back and back. To,
Yeah, and then you want a bit
disco
more
days.
quality as you get
Yeah.
older, don't you? So then you think,
Definitely.
okay, I missed out on that. I didn't think it was all that
Oh,
before.
I want the
But
original
you're ready
mix.
for it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ready for it as you
Yeah.
get older.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
And
it's still healthy.
Also, like globally, I mean, the reach you guys have got is huge. You played all over the world. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
know Ibiza in Miami, a
Yeah.
big sort of annual staples in your calendar.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to be to a few Miami parties every year, and again,
Good.
they keep, you know, it's the highlight of the calendar.
Yeah, talk
Like-
to us about
Yeah.
Soul on the Beach. It's
Yeah,
how many
Soul
years
on the
has it been
Beach
running
has
now?
been going for about, good God, it must be about, we've been going to Miami for about 16, 17, 18 years. I've
Oh,
actually
wow.
lost count, yeah.
That's a whole
Oh,
other
so tell us,
interview, I suppose.
yeah.
We was the first UK
Well, I was
promoters
gonna
to
say
do a
that.
Soulful House party
I was gonna say that.
in Miami.
You know, what was it like being a UK promoter? You know, for the first time, you know, going to Miami and you know and
Were you like
organising
the
a
new
party.
boys?
New
Yeah,
boys on
yeah,
the
doing
block.
the
What was
Soulful
it?
thing.
How did you
Yeah,
get
we
treated?
was-
What was it like?
Yeah, well, we was like the new boys, but
You proved
don't
yourself
really
on the
care
decks,
about
I
all that. Do you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
know what we was going to. We know what we can do because obviously we've been promoting for so many years.
Yeah.
So going there, you know, we've got to bring some of the American boys in to DJ with us, and we've got the.
Who was
got
on
the
who was
network
on
in
that first lineup? Do you
Well,
remember?
we used to have a lot of
Was there
UK
anyone that
guys.
wouldn't play? Do you remember that?
No.
You wouldn't hot
Don't
now
think
anyway.
so. Well,
got
some
you-
of them.
yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, we've never had Louis Vega play in Miami.
Really?
Louis
never.
won't.
Why?
In the
Is that
beginning,
'cause
because
he's always doing his own thing,
he's
or-
always doing his
Yeah.
own thing, and he just does, you know, 4 or 5 Louis Vega master work parties from back in the day. He doesn't generally play for anyone.
Anyone
Miami.
else, yeah.
He just does his own
His own
thing.
thing, fair play.
Fair enough. His business
Yeah.
is business, but didn't need him anyway. Don't need
So
him.
what UK
Don't
guys?
need you in Miami. We need you over here.
That's right. Yeah.
But you know, UK guys, we've had them all. You know, CJ, all of them. Paul
Yeah,
Anderson.
yeah.
Yeah, whoever was doing their thing would have them out there in Miami. But Miami was just fantastic to go out there.
Yeah.
What an experience. If you haven't been to Miami, South Beach itself is fantastic. When the conference is on, it's fantastic.
Have you seen a change though? I mean, I speak to DJs and they're like, oh, you know, it's not what it used to be. You can't go out there and plug new music anymore. It's like
Yeah,
not really a business thing. It's more of a jolly.
It's
What do you
not. I
think?
mean, we don't get what we get out of Miami now is what come back with a bit of a headache because too much
Yeah.
partying. That's what you come back
So
with.
it's
You get out of Miami.
networking. and-
Yeah, because the whole thing has changed. Before, yeah,
digital,
you'd
isn't
go
it?
out, you'd go out there, you'd come back with about 4 or 5 new residencies in different territories around the world.
But people won't even give out promos in Miami anymore. 'cause
No, it's
they
just
get-
hard. The whole thing
yeah.
has just changed. So now it is. I mean, you still have to promote yourself and do a PR thing. For us, it's the presence, and it's a great place to go.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
Do you
it.
know what I
That's
mean?
your, you know, while you're there, it's more of a PR thing. Like you've got to be seen.
Yeah,
to
it's
be
and always
there.
looking for more new and new
Yeah.
exciting things to do, and that's why leading on to the
I suppose
Groove
it
Fest
keep,
thing.
I suppose it kind of keeps you relevant. You know, it
Yeah.
keeps you out there. You know,
And it always pulls a good crowd. You've never struggled for numbers, have
Yeah.
you, in
Yeah,
Miami?
yeah. Thanks God,
Yeah.
we've always done all right. We always do the opening party, but mind you, next year we're not doing the opening party
you're not?
because,
'Cause it's ultra
well,
and it's a bit
because
weird,
they've done it as a
isn't it?
2-week thing now,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
yeah,
it starts on a Friday or whatever it is. So we thought, you know what I mean. So we're actually doing it on a Tuesday.
Okay.
So we're going to do our part on a Tuesday.
I think it'll be interesting to see
We're
how
still
it
going to
pans
label
out.
it as the
Yeah.
official opening
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they've made it into a 2-week thing now. Whatever
one
they
can
do.
do that,
Who have you
really,
got?
can they?
Who have you got on your lineup?
We actually haven't got anyone at the moment.
Oh no. Okay.
We know we always leave it till about the
Yeah.
you know, end of December, January to get things going. But we always have the regular cats, you know, Jelly Bean. We got a lot of regular
How
people.
do you go
Jamie
about?
Lewis.
How do you go about sourcing? You know, the DJs for for your parties. Like, do you have a wish list? Is there?
Yeah. We have a wish list and we look at who we've had and we haven't had before,
Yeah.
and who's relevant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the
I
time.
suppose a lot of them are mates as well, aren't they? over the
Yeah,
years, which makes life
we
a bit
keep it like
easier.
that. Keep the family network going so people know what they're going to get. But now it is just about keeping it, trying our best to keep it calm. We don't always go, oh, he's not coming, let's bring him in. But you know, you've got Sean McCabe in the UK, so we've got another Groove Odyssey party, Proud 2, on March the 3rd next
yeah?
year, 2012, yeah. So, we've
Cool.
got Sean McCabe coming in.
Okay.
Doing a thing
It
called
was,
House Legends.
Recently the first year anniversary of Groove Odyssey.
Yeah, that's right,
At
yeah,
Proud
yeah.
2.
That's right.
I heard it was a sellout.
Yeah, it
That
was.
was Little Louis, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So,
Louis,
Yeah.
How did that go?
It
What
was
was it?
fantastic.
Yeah,
It was
good event.
fantastic. Two
It's
and a
a
half.
huge venue to fill.
It
as well.
is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
quite daunting. You go in and you think, okay, ain't been in a big venue in a long time.
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to
a
promote.
huge venue.
Yeah.
But bring it on. You know, the party was really good. 2,500 people in there, good crowd. So on the back of that, we thought
do it
let's do
again.
another one.
Yeah.
March the 3rd, 2012. We're doing another one there.
That one in the diary.
House Legends.
House Legends.
India, Kenny Dubb, CJ
Lots
McIntosh.
of PAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like. The thing about it is we like to entertain. You have
Yeah,
to
of
keep,
course. Yeah,
keep
yeah.
things entertaining and everything else. So.
Yeah, and those PAs, they're such classic tunes. To see that live, you know, that will sell tickets alone, won't it? Really?
Yeah, I
So
think it's
good.
important. You know, you have to
Yeah.
give the people as much, what they want, because the public aren't silly.
No,
Yeah.
You can't
and that
fool them, you know
nostalgia
what I mean?
element, I think, is so priceless. You know,
Yeah,
to bring
definitely.
that on.
Just
And I
bring
know
it back.
you're Ibiza veterans as well. Obviously, you've done the rounds there over the years.
Yeah,
Were you out there
Ibiza.
this year?
Ibiza.
Can you give anyone any?
I wasn't
off-the-beaten
actually.
track
In
tips?
actual fact, I haven't been there for 2 years, but I've actually booked up again to go next year as a family holiday.
Oh,
Mm. It can be done.
Yeah, but Louis invited me to play at his Saturday thing he does.
Blue Marlin.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be jumping on that for a date. But I'm going out there August next year for two weeks.
Yeah.
But Ibiza, love it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Again, we was like the first people to go out there and do a regular thing.
Do you
It's-
feel like,
it's
oh,
how
it's
it
not
is.
what it was, or like, do you?
No, well, on the club side of it,
Yeah.
not necessarily, because Ibiza, and people always said, from like 8 years ago, people saying, it's going to die down, people can go there. No.
There's always a young crowd.
Yeah.
There's always a
It's
new.
always fresh
crowd
and just
there,
doing what it's doing. And the thing about Ibiza, there's something for everyone. If you're a bit mature, you go Ibiza town or whatever for your clubbing. Youngsters, you go San Antonio. And it's just what Ibiza has done for the world. It's the worldwide dance stage for the summer. And you have to, if you're into music, you have to experience that once in your life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you go once and you end up going every year for the rest
Well,
of your life.
even if you want to go there once.
Well, I was going to ask you. So you know, we've obviously spoke about the kind of buzz about Ibiza and Miami. So you know, why should people come to the Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
You know,
because
for Groove Fest.
Hopefully, you've been listening to what we've been talking about and getting a bit of history of what we're into.
Of course.
And you know, me and Steve wouldn't just get involved with something on such a scale as Groove Fest. It's a week's festival was going on, unless we knew it was going to work. And you know, again, we've been there. The complex is fantastic. The lineup is going to be extra bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Musically, if you love music and you love sun and you love good things, then that's the place to be.
I think that's it. It's the good things. It's the luxury element, isn't it? It's like a festival without the portaloos, without the mud, without queuing for a drink. It's like a little bit of a more discerning hedonist, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's another fresh project.
Yeah.
Exciting project, you know.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it, man.
Yeah,
Excellent.
all good. And then I do have a few quick fire questions.
Go for them.
Groove Fest questions.
Go on.
Just to put you on the spot. Desert Island Discs. Have you got any? If you're on a desert island, could you pick one album? Or is that a bit of a ridiculous ask?
One album.
Yeah.
One album.
Classic. We can edit this, so you've
An
got
album.
a couple of minutes
Okay.
to think about
No,
it.
a couple of minutes. An album by
Yeah.
an album by the Jones Girls, just called the Jones Girls, came out on Philadelphia International Records 1979. Bang.
Yeah, why?
I'm going to look that one up. I don't know that
Why?
one.
Because there used to be a club in Hackney. I drove past it on the way down here today for the interview. Just at Dorset Junction called Cubies.
Yep.
And we used to go there in 1979, and that's when the album came out. My sister-in-law June bought me the album, and I still got it.
So it's good
99 pence in
Yeah.
Virgin Records back in the day. And the album is just a fantastic album. The Jones Girls are legendary, produced by Philadelphia legendary producers. It's just fantastic.
It's just a
If you like your soul,
Yeah.
then get into the Jones Girls. Call the Jones
Heard it
Girls.
here, peeps? Cool. So if you weren't DJing, producing, what do you think you'd be? You'd still be on the gas board? What do you think?
Yeah, more than
You'd be a
likely.
footballer.
More than likely. Yeah,
You guys used to play football, right?
yeah, we used to play football. Yeah, we used to play football, but we was too short back in the day, so we weren't.
Never.
Yeah,
Aaron Lennon's does all right.
Yeah, I know, but they weren't taking on shorties then. We nearly got close to getting an apprenticeship, but it just didn't happen. But don't want to dwell on that
But I'm
too
glad
much.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
we
They
would
would have
had
missed
you
out on
here.
a lot of
Yeah.
beautiful music.
Yeah.
For parties.
Two short DJs instead.
You guys go on each other's shoulders, right?
Oh, good. man.
And what about? Tell us something about. Well, you guys that we don't know. What's your party trick? Have you got one? Or is it not suitable? For
I haven't got no. Do you know what?
I've been away with him.
Maybe
You know
Courtney
what?
can tell us your
Party tricks are not
trick.
planned. It's just a spur of the moment with us. Whatever happens, happens. Do you know
So
what I mean?
maybe we'll ask that again in Dominican, or we'll film it.
We'll
in
film
Dominican.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. What would you say your proudest achievement is to date? Big question.
It's a big
Yeah.
question.
It doesn't have to be music, whatever.
Anything to do with life.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm not speaking for Steve, I'm speaking for myself. My proudest achievement is having a fantastic family.
Lovely.
Been with my girl for 30 years, married for 15 years,
Yeah.
3 wonderful kids, 21, 18 and 12, and we're still together and we're enjoying life and we're doing the family thing. That's my achievement.
And
Amazing.
your
Yeah.
most proudest musical achievement?
Yeah.
Most proudest musical achievement for me and Steve would be actually getting a show on Kiss FM
Yeah.
and staying on Kiss FM when they became legal
Okay.
and having the longest running weekly show
Okay.
once a week on a
That's quite
Friday night on
impressive.
Kiss
For
FM,
people,
10
just
to 12.
for people that for the people out there that didn't have the opportunity to listen to the show, tell us a little bit about it. What kind of guests you had on there.
Well, our show, we used to... I'll tell you what would happen with the radio.
Yeah.
I could be in the worst of moods. As soon as I got behind the desk and it was 10 o'clock and the mic went up, bang, I was just in it. And it just changed. I mean, I just love the vibe. We just love doing it. Our radio show was more like just a family gathering or friends gathering, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And with the crowd really responsive as well, London in
Yeah, I
general.
mean, we used to have a lot. They call it a party show. We'd have people in the studio, and it was just like an open mic thing. And do you know what I mean?
You could get away
And
with
it
quite
was
a lot
just-
of Kiss.
Tell us
on
Yeah,
some
and we'd
memorable
have all the
moments.
guests.
Like what kind of is it? Any guests that kind of come
I think
through
one of the biggest things we had on the show when Masterwork were right at their peak,
Yeah.
and we had one of the shows. There was a big party going at the Ministry of Sound, and we was playing on them. We had Louis Vega come through, India, Kenny Dope, CJ McIntosh. We had people live on the line. We do a lot. We always used to do a lot of interviews, like transatlantic interviews.
Archives, I think.
Yeah, and we used to just have. It was just fantastic times. But that show. There was one show we had Masterwork on and India.
Have you got
That
copies?
stands out.
Have you got copies?
I've got loads of old tapes. Back in the day, we used to record them on cassette tapes.
We
but
might be able to put it on the website.
Convert,
yeah, it'd be good. We need to archive some of
Archive
that.
some of it, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely, man.
Definitely.
But definitely, you know,
Put it out as some group, on
That'd
the
be
group fest.
exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, musically for us, Kiss FM, because that was a big platform for a lot of
Yeah.
people. Do you know
It's
what I
a
mean?
launch pad, isn't it?
A
For
big
a lot of
launch pad.
people's
Yeah.
careers,
So we mustn't forget all that. Do you know what I mean?
Good stuff.
Definitely.
And then your most memorable party.
Well, the most memorable ones are the ones that you can't remember normally.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's one question I can't just say, bang, put a stamp on one party. Because we've had, and I'm not just saying this, when Garage City started at the Podium nightclub, when we moved to the Podium, and it was every week, it was having Danny Tenaglia, Roger Sanchez, all them people come over every Saturday night. And for those who used to attend it, you could agree with me what I'm saying now. Every Saturday night was just a fantastic night. From 10 till 6 o'clock in the morning.
So hard to do a weekly
packed.
as well.
Do you know what I mean? So all them days for me were just
And
the
just out
best.
of interest, what would Tenaglia play then?
Well, Danny was doing, obviously now he's playing a lot harder. Danny was a more soulful thing.
Really?
Danny Tenaglia as well was an old disco boy, do you know what I mean? If you hear one of his disco sets.
I'm thinking Global Underground, Tenaglia.
Yeah, I mean, he was still,
wow.
he wasn't playing what everyone else was playing. He was still a bit edgy then, but he was still within the genre, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'll have to look up some mixes.
Big up Tenaglia, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Check out Brewfest 2012. Bobby and Steve will be playing. Cool.
Thanks for having us, man. Brewfest 2012.
Cool.